Hello, you Mexican people. Welcome back to another Story of the Destinies part 28. Yeah, sorry about that. Gonna have to burble it there for a moment. Alright, welcome back to Story of the Destinies part 28. We're gonna try to get part, well, as much as we can. Which is when you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ends to go. Let me just get the guide. I'm sure with this BS. Oh god.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Well, hopefully we don't get the good ending, because I want to get that out of school.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause, and maybe Renato could use that somehow. Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
Oh boy, let's see how we're gonna get killed this time. Let's see how we die then. God, this ends up
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens? That was odd. Renato had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more Ravens. The village looked so peaceful. Were the villagers hiding somewhere? Of course not. No matter how much he searched, he would only find Ravens here.
We're almost done with this game. I mean, it's gonna be 30 parts. So. Let me go check something real quick. And let's go to my channel and see how long I've been playing this game. Like 2 years. I haven't even finished it. It's getting ridiculous to the point that it's not even funny.
A present? For me?
I've been playing this game for like how many times? Alright, I started around 2019. So been within like 2 years. It's just like Spiral, god damn it. I'm gonna take a side strategy, that's all I'm saying. Might play Destiny after this.
Behind that door. Renado's nose told him there was treasure there. They must have forgotten it in a hurry. Surely they wouldn't mind if he helped himself to it. After all, he wouldn't even know.
There's a lot of music in this game. This is a shortcut, I'm sure. I'm going to take this.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest. Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lupino's favorite deck.
Huh. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him.
On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power. Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him.
The rabbit had a point. And Renato had a feeling she'd want to see him again. Who knows what could happen between the two of them this time around?
She knows all his plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right,
said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Would he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty. This chest contained blank passports from 15 countries. And something useful.
Shit, I knew I should have gone the other way.
Why was Lapino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lapino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lapino wanted. There must be some way to play on that, Renato thought.
So, what's this plan of yours?
Use me as bait,
Said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato. Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lapino.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up at her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. Sleek.
Nice.
Soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while, purred a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy, Renato said. Renato knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut to the chase. But was timing right for that?
Oh gosh. I didn't know, I guess I don't know. I don't know how you trust her. Alright, let me see how you get this ending. Because I messed up with the wrong choice. I don't know, guys. Hold on. This is gonna take a little bit longer. I don't know, I'm just watching about an ocean. I'd see a guy with this. Alright, so it's about an option.
Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus.
Oh boy. Hope I get the right choice in the right ending. Oh, this is, yeah.
The scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims. Well, he's not exactly alive, but he can talk, and he can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is. And you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness.
Nice.
The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Here's another choice, I know it.
Caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you want to join in? Oh, no, I'd destroy his books and... All right, I suppose I wouldn't. She stopped, troubled. He ran on.
Oh, it's gonna be the other choice.
Renato had been searching for a way to save the rebellion. Lapina wanted to capture and interrogate Zenobia. But if he could show her proof of her father's madness, maybe she would join the rebellion. Renato was no physicist, but he could have sworn something was wrong with the trajectory of these cannonballs. The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. "Take me to your council," she said, shaken. "I have things to tell them." It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there, even if she did love him? Renato reached Lapino by Farspeaker Toad.
"No, we should take her to the base,"
insisted Lapino. "No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast." said Reynardo.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lupino said.
For some reason, Reynardo wasn't sure that was a good idea.
Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take.
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
Said Lupino.
Oh boy. We're gonna get killed, are we?
Zenobia was still shaking as they got out. I didn't know, she said. The Ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens and puppies. Sometimes he'd come back to the palace and it was like there were glowing things behind his eyes. I was so busy. I'll clear a path for us, Reynardo told Zenobia, so the Ravens don't see you.
Oh boy.
Reynardo had learned so much about... Ooh, what was it again?
I have a bad feeling about this ending too. I mean, almost all the onions got us killed except for the true ending. All that I've been doing.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Reynardo.
Nice. Alright. Sorry if I'm not talking too much, guys. I'm just trying to concentrate on the game. So yeah, we've been playing this game for 2 years. Oh yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, like the video, go buy my book, Life Based and Always Sunshine and Rainbows. Go check out my book, $22.99. I'm working on the spin-off right now. Holy shit, yeah, we're getting a spin-off.
Zenobia came up as he massaged his sore arm. Her eyes were wet. He's been saying strange things. He asked me to do experiments. And some were wrong. They are banished, right? Said Reynardo. Gone forever. I mean, he couldn't actually bring the old gods back, could he? She didn't answer him. That frightened him more than anything.
Fox. No waiting.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicion.
We can get something, alright? We can get... Fuck it. Sure. Oh, yeah.
They came up on an empty shack. He gestured her in. "Where's the base?" she asked, confused. "I thought we could talk a bit first."
Oh, you think I'm playing you?
No.
She was furious. I'm betraying my father who picked me out of an alley, and you think I'm playing you?
She lashed out. Her claws sliced fire into his face. Energy boiled in her other paw. But before she could kill him, he slashed his sword into her heart. She staggered. "I could have loved you,
Oh shit.
son of a bitch." And then she died. Renato stood there for hours, unable to move. Finally, a ship landed near him. Lapino had brought the Farfarer.
Holy shit, bro.
On board the Farfarer, Lapino couldn't stop grinning.
I can't believe you actually killed her.
God damn it,
Why
Blue.
didn't I trust her? Renato said. All he could feel was emptiness.
You killed the Emperor's daughter.
You might want to run for it, if you care whether you live or die, that is. Since Renato didn't, he grabbed the wheel, and he sailed for the Imperial fleet.
Oh shit, that was fucked up. I couldn't let you. God damn.
Renato had never felt worse. Zenobia had listened to him. He trusted him. She'd opened her eyes to her father's evil. Done everything he had hoped for. And he had taken her to a dirty shack. Was he so used to lying that he couldn't trust even the girl he had always loved?
Oh, he's gonna end it there for us.
Port led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
Hopefully I can get everything else before I end the game with all the upgrades. If not, oh fuck it. It's gonna end bad, I just know it. God, that's not clean.
He could see the rebels reeling back as he plunged into the ranks of the Ravens. He'd had to kill the girl he loved, but he'd also blown the biggest opportunity they could have had to turn the Emperor's daughter against him. Oh, Renato could only laugh miserably. He was taking crazy chances now, swinging wildly. He expected the Ravens to take him at any moment, but they were running in fear. No one wants to fight a man who doesn't care if he lives. No one wants to fight a hero.
That's really the most fucked up ending I got in, I think. God damn it.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Oh boy, let's see how we get killed this time. But Prince Bergen starts in the butt. Damn it, the Prince Bergen kills in the back.
He was exhausted. Could barely think. He wanted to stop thinking. The rebels were already finished, and he was the last. The Ravens were coming for him personally now, in waves. It didn't matter. He was slick with his own blood, but it didn't matter. In the distance, he could see her, embraced by a halo of light, holding her hand out to him. Had she forgiven him? Would she take him to the halls of the Valiant? Then he felt steel in his belly, and his chest, and his back. And he lay down, and he couldn't see her anymore.
God damn it. He got fucking slaughtered. Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna end it here, guys, and god damn, that shit was dark as fuck. Alright, let's go be evil Renato this time. So see you guys later, subscribe to our channel, and see you guys in the next part.